Alabama football practice is well underway, and they practiced with pads for the first time yesterday. We're going to talk about quarterback Jalen Milroe and him running the offense. And how about young, up-and-coming, maybe future star Ryan Williams, who's getting a lot of credit from coaches and Milroe moving forward with this offense. And what is Alabama trying to do to get ready for a national championship run, because that's what these guys expect on that football team. All right, we're going to talk about that and more right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Show's brought to you by our friends at Pearl River Resort. Let's get this thing started with a big roll tide. What do you say, everybody? There he is, Big Sexy Elmo. I'm Mick Gillespie. Welcome to the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel, and we're brought to you by Pearl River, talking football. And Brett, the practice season is here. Saturday, Alabama in pads for the first time. How do you like that?
I love that. That means football is almost here. I saw some of the footage earlier today about the guy. I would love to have this guy's job. He walks around and he has like this air thing and he puts it down in their pads to try to cool them off some. It looked like a leaf blower, but anyway, it was kind of weird. But hot, but they get started early in the morning, Mick, and that's a good thing. I mean, they get out there about 9:20 in the morning. I think they're going to practice again this morning, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyway, another good day of practice, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, and they've laid out the schedule, and it's a different schedule. Yeah, they'll practice at 9:20 again, and then DeBoer will talk to the media right after, so like at 11:45. So, I mean, you get the day started early. I mean, you can get news out. So from our vantage point, it's good. And then I guess when it's really hot, it's good as well. I wonder if Nick Saban practiced at night because you play a lot of games at night, I mean, because it's all of a sudden becomes a different schedule when you play, now all of a sudden you're used to getting up and playing early in the morning, and now you got to switch gears and play at night. I'm sure there was a reason for him, because there was a reason that he did everything the way he did it.
Right. And it's odd that you mentioned that. You're going to start to see comparisons being made between the Saban practices and the DeBoer practices. But, DeBoer worked yesterday with the quarterbacks and tight ends a lot. One of the linemen joined practice. He missed the first two, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was a defensive lineman. But he was back on the field, so that was good to see. But they're getting their reps in, and I understand Milroe's throwing some bombs and looking pretty good at quarterback.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of where the show needs to go, is talk about Milroe at quarterback. And right off the bat, you get the feeling that he's kind of ready to lead. You get the feeling that this is, his team. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about winning the job. All offseason was about him being the leader of the team. He's helped Alabama go out and raise money for NIL. He kept guys from leaving when, the defense, really just kind of fell apart when Nick Saban left, and other coaches came in from other programs and poached away with money some of the best players that Alabama had on defense returning. That didn't happen as much on the offensive side of the ball because those guys were kind of stuck together. When your best player gets bought by Ohio State, it sends a signal to everybody else. But this guy right here is one of the reasons why it didn't happen on offense. And the big story is that. And then I think also him working with Ryan Williams, the 5-star consensus out of Saraland that is practicing third practice. So him and Nick Sheridan both talked about Ryan Williams, and I felt like it was worth definitely listening to and then kind of discussing.
he's doing a good job competing. You know, this is his first live action. Now with going against our defense, and so he's doing a really good job just competing, getting better, and also just trying to be the better version of himself. He led by Coach Shep, doing a really good job with him, and that's going to push him to be the best receiver he can be.
Yeah, so there you go. And he's saying, hey, look, he's talking about Ryan Williams, leading by example. We're out there working with this guy. I feel like if Alabama's going to have a spectacular season, they're going to need Ryan Williams to be an Amari Cooper type, a Devontae Smith type, a Julio Jones type. And I mean by that, guys that contributed early in their career.
Yeah, Milroe, Sheridan, and Kendrick Law all yesterday gave their thoughts on Williams. There were questions about Williams. And one of the comments was he's always going to be Ryan. He's always going to be Hollywood, and he's going to make plays. And that's exciting to me because I can't wait to see the kid hit the field.
Well, here's Ryan Sheridan. You mentioned that, the offensive coordinator, and he's asked about Ryan Williams. And I feel like if it's Nick Saban and it was someone that he really didn't think was going to contribute, he would just kind of blow it off. The way that you guys are talking about Ryan Williams, it makes me really believe that they think he's going to be an integral part of this offense.
I don't know. We don't think about it too much, and he's acclimated himself, great with the team. I think his teammates respect him because of how hard he works. I think that's how you earn the trust of your teammates by working really hard. And so, no, I wouldn't say we spend too much time, thinking about it until you ask me about it. But he's hopped right in there and he's competed at a high.
Yeah, so he's talking about, hey, because this guy should be a high school senior, do you worry that he's not going to be ready? And it's like, no, I mean, they're not looking at this and going, hey, we don't feel comfortable with this guy. They talk about this guy like they expect him to be a big part of this team.
Right, and it goes back to what I was talking about the other day, and they mentioned this yesterday, maturity. He has the maturity to where it looks like, he's going to make an impact. And we were talking about that on different sides of the football. We've got a lot of really good freshmen coming in. How they'll contribute is all going to be based on their maturity level and they're willing to be coached and learn. And that's the two main things because the talent's there. Some great talent, but we'll see how those two factors play in.
Yeah, and I think that's, kind of exactly what we're waiting on right now. How are these guys going to contribute? Because, if you don't have and you're not getting the best out of the freshmen, the way that college football is now and about the amount of players that were lost on this team last year, whether it's the NFL or the exodus on defense, these guys are going to, Caleb and Mbakwe is going to have to do something at some point. If he's that.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I mean,
Ryan Williams, we need him to do something. So just because it's the days where the freshmen are like, hey, we don't really play these guys, they just stand around, those are over.
Yeah. You're exactly right. And I want to kind of also close on a note, I guess, here about some recruiting, some news that happened late yesterday. 5-star edge Zion Ely is down to 5 schools. This is according to Hayes Fawcett at On3. He's a 6'5", 228 edge from Baltimore, number 1 edge in 2026 class.
Okay.
He's down to Georgia, Alabama, Oregon, Ohio State, and Penn State. That's his top 5.
That's great. Hey, guys, before Brett takes over, a couple things I want to tell you about. First off is this calendar right here. See, it's autographed, Brett. Do you know what that means?
That means it's signed by Mick Gillespie.
No. This one's signed by Daniel A. Moore.
It brings the value down a little bit, but whatever.
If you get one of these calendars, use the promo code Bama Tailgate. We're going to run this for another week, and your calendar will come autographed by Daniel Moore. So that makes the cover with Nick Saban obviously a collector's item. Anytime you get the autograph of maybe the best artist in sports history, one really awesome guy too. So check that out. Bama Tailgate, the promo code. When you buy your calendar, you get it autographed when you use our promo code Bama Tailgate. Also, we're presented by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Want to remind you guys that now's a great time to swing over there. Make those gambles, do it now. Take some pizza money. If you bet $50 at the sports book at Golden Moon Casino, you can play Dancing Rabbit Golf Course for just $40. You don't need a membership. Got an amazing country club type feel there. The clubhouse is amazing. Find out for yourself. Hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 hours plus from Birmingham, and a short drive to give you that Vegas style experience. But they also have the spa. They also have the water park, which this time of year, as hot as it's been, you'd love to go to Geyser Falls and just, slide the slides and have a good time out there. And also table games and slots at Silver Star. Rodney Carrington's coming. Some other great acts as we celebrate 30 years at Pearl River Resort. All right, when we come back, guys, I want to tell you that Brett Elmore will be running the show, and he's got a lot to talk about. This is the crazy part of the show. There he is right there. This is the crazy part of the show, and it comes up right after this.
To Pearl River Resort. They call him Big Sexy. Coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy. Throwing out those Alabama thoughts. Sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. Nick gives you the XP, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
Yes, Mixter. It's the 4th day of August. Welcome in. One of your favorite actors and mine too, Billy Bob Thornton, is 69 today.
Yeah, when that Sling Blade movie came out, I mean, we were imitating Billy Bob Thornton. I mean, think about it. Be like, I like them French fried taters. Yeah.
I think I'm going to kill you.
He ought not talk to you like that.
It reminded me of some of my friends here in Walker County. I was like, I know this guy from somewhere. I think it's based on a true story.
I thought you were going to say it reminded you of Roll Tide Willie.
Close. There you go. Let's see. Who else is celebrating a birthday today?
And by the way, I love Roll Tide Willie, so don't get in the comments.
I know you do.
I'm just saying, Brett always makes him out to be kind of like a, Sling Blade character.
Yeah, sort of, kind of. No, I'm sure he's a great guy. I'd love to meet him. Willie, let's go. Let's see. Actress turned princess Meghan Markle is 43 today.
Yeah, great. Happy birthday.
Boy, that was... She's a princess, for goodness sakes.
So sick of him. I'm just sick of him, Brett.
American Idol runner-up Jessica Sanchez is 29 today.
Well, if you are asking me about American Idol, first off, where's Ruben Studdard at? I mean, I haven't seen him in forever.
I don't know what Ruben's doing now.
The other guy, you see him all the time. I saw him playing at Bama not too long ago.
You're talking about Taylor Hicks?
Yeah, Taylor Hicks. Like, he's everywhere. Like, I bet you. And I love Taylor Hicks that he would come on the show because he just does stuff like. Cool.
Actually, I think he is coming on the show. But we haven't. That's to be continued. Anyway,
Kelly Pickler, remember her?
Who?
Kelly Pickler.
Oh yeah, Kelly Pickler. Yeah, she was great.
Everybody used to watch that show, and now it's not watched that much.
And then, yeah, a lot of people, and then, you know, and I don't know who Jessica Sanchez is, but she's 29. I think she's the sister of Dirty, and he's a whole lot older though. Let's see. If you're looking for something to celebrate today,
you're gonna get some hate mail today. I love it.
Yes, well, I'm just here for the party.
Get him, guys. Get him.
No, don't get me now. Let's see. If you're looking for something to celebrate today is a National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day.
The greatest cookie of all time is chocolate chip cookie. I mean, you can't argue with the success that chocolate chip cookie has had. And you can put any other cookie up against chocolate chip cookie, and chocolate chip cookie wins. They're like the Alabama of cookies.
I agree with you. National White Wine Day. Do you like wine?
I mean, I'll do it. Like if we're out and, you know, say next time you take me out, because I know you like to wine and dine me. Last time you took me to a great steakhouse. So if we go Italian, say, and they want to bring out some white wine, I'll do it. More of a red wine guy, but you know me, Brett, I'm not going to let you drink alone.
No, Mick, you will not let me do that. I know that for sure. Let's see. This day in history real quick. Louis Armstrong is born this day, 1900. Oh, man, what a classic. What a wonderful world.
The great Chasmo.
Oh, yeah.
Red roses, too. I loved them. Loved them.
Yeah, great artist. Let's see. 1984, the Judds peaked at #1 with Mama, He's Crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't really ever know much about the Judds, but I know they're a famous group that sings country music.
Yeah. They were also known as the Jugs, but anyway. Prince and Purple Rain goes #1, stays there for 24 weeks this day, 1984. I know you're a Prince guy.
Yeah, I am a Prince guy. One of the greatest musicians of that era. I think his music holds up. I love turning up the radio when I'm driving and Purple Rain comes on, or what is that? The Beret, you know, like what is it?
Raspberry Beret.
Raspberry Beret, yeah. He's got a ton of good songs. He was definitely an odd guy. You know, he used to want to perform concerts in the dark.
Right.
So
one of the best Super Bowl performances ever, though.
Yeah, but that's kind of his crowning song. You know, like Purple Rain. They had the movie, which was also a big hit, and count me in as a big Prince fan.
Darryl Strawberry joined the Yankees this day, 1995.
Yeah, what's crazy to me is that Darryl Strawberry changed my life in such a weird and profound way. You know, I was an MC of an event that he had last year, and I thought we were going to talk about baseball, and then he started to talk about life. And one of the things that he said and that really resonated with me was he talked about, said it on here before, talking about grace, you know, how difficult it is to grant grace to people in your family sometimes that you love, but maybe didn't treat you the right way, don't deserve it, but we don't deserve God's grace, and that's why you have to extend it. And when you really think about what grace is, it's why that's the meaning of that song, Amazing Grace, which is amazing that, you know, obviously that, you know, we would have God's grace if you believe in God like we do. And then the other thing is that it's really hard to give grace to people that don't deserve it, right? With that said, here's a guy that hit all these home runs, had a crazy life. I'm going there, and all I'm doing is announcing, hey, you know, here's Darryl Strawberry. I used to want to be him in the backyard, you know, and his swing and all this. And then I'm leaving, and I'm like, Darryl, why'd you do that to me, man? But I've thought about that sermon that he gave to everyone there instead of talking about baseball a lot, because it really was it really changed my thinking. I love Darryl Strawberry. Love him as a person.
If you don't go to church today, even though it's Sunday, We just got a sermon right there, and that was powerful.
Hey, look, and I'm,
Appreciate it.
you know, me, Brett. I mean, that's not really who I am. I mean, you know, I have my beliefs, but you know, I've thought a lot about that. And what happens is when you give grace, you're the one that ends up being rewarded by it. And I didn't thought
No, you're exactly right.
which is so crazy, you know. And I know this is just a football show, but man, I was just there for baseball.
Yeah.
And then he hit me with that, and it was like I've thought about it, I've talked about it so many different times, because his dad was definitely someone that did a lot of crazy stuff when he was a kid. I think pulled a gun on his mom and some other stuff. So it was he's an amazing person, and he's lived a crazy life, but he's finishing strong. I'll tell you that right now. Love Daryl.
Well, maybe we should just end with that.
Yeah. Hey, let's end with that, guys.
Yeah,
way to go. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. We love you. We really do. We love you for being part of our channel and for hanging out with us every day. And from what I hear, this show is more popular in Walker County than it is anywhere else. So we need people from other counties to run into us once in a while and say, hey, I watch your show, because everybody in Walker County runs into him all the time. And they say, hey, aren't you the guy? And then he's like, yeah, that's me. And then it's another Walker County person. We love you guys too.
Yeah. Drop in the comments where you're watching, because I want to see, because I may have to file restraining orders against some of you.
It's time for you guys in LA, Baldwin County. Where are you at?
Where you at? Let's go.
Let me hear you.
Roll Tide, baby.
Hey, Roll Tide, guys.